You can start.
Hello everyone. Shall we start?
Yes.
So welcome to today's section. Here we are in the special session number 111 with a very special theme, a very special day. Hope you guessed our theme. Yes, it's correct. We have a lot of duties in our day-to-day life. In the meantime, we all forge on foremost duty, which is paying tribute to our freedom fighters. Here is the day. Let's get in it. 4 ground rules. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. And the second one, please resist time from talking about sex, religion, or politics. Do keep your mics muted unless you come on stage. Don't forget to turn on your camera to witness your beautiful smile. Here, I'm handing over the session to the TMOD of the
day. Thank you, Shrutika. That would be the presiding officer. So, Vande Mataram, my dear Toastmasters. Did you know that the Maharashtra government is planning on making their government officials say Vande Mataram while they receive phone calls in the offices instead of telling hello? This is one of the so many differences and changes happening this year. There are no one as eager as kids to celebrate Independence Day who prepare their freedom drills, freedom team drills, demonstrations, etc. I remember performing to all goosebumps inducing songs when I was a kid, especially even the one from the movie Roja. But as we grew older, Independence Day just become mindless forwards on WhatsApp without even reading what was written there. When the government asked all the citizens to hoist a flag at their front steps, I thought only a very few number of people were going to do it. But as I was returning home from yesterday after writing my Hindi exam, I was able to see on the main road that every single shop doorstep did not have, not leaving one, had a flag hoisted at their front step. And all the people in my house too were excited to buy a flag and hoist it up in the terrace. Seeing all of this made my inner patriotic child jump to life and be grateful for everyone and everything that got us this air of freedom that we are breathing today. With that overwhelming pride, let me declare open VTC session number 111. What a special number. And welcome you all once again. I welcome Toastmaster R.O.K. Meekwan and thank him for taking up the role of General Evaluator at such short notice. I'd also like to thank Toastmaster Dashni, who has volunteered to play 2 roles today, and a special mention to Toastmaster Pratisha for starting her Pathways journey. All the best to all of you. With this, let me hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bharat, with his theme and obviously the Indian independence.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumi, our president of the club. So here it begins, the independence of India. So tell me, how many of you just confused about fixing the flag on the left side or the right side? Well, I hope that's great. And I hope many of us just Googled it and find the answer. Yes. So for a quick tip, it has to be fixed on near to the heart. So I hope thanking everyone for fixing it on the right side and following the dress code. So here we are into a very big session, and this session is really special because it is our 75th independence, and most importantly, a very important session for Village Toastmasters Club, which marked 111. Yes. So we all know that how Independence Day happens. So at every year on August 15th, our Prime Minister will hoist the flag on Red Fort and he will unfurl the tricolors. And this happens even today. And I hope most most of us might have seen that. So this is done to pay tribute to all the people who have been fought ceaselessly for getting our freedom. You know that we have been fought for many long years to get our freedom, and but still we are not aware, and we didn't even think about it for many long years. So this is a day for just to make them think, and we can just pay tribute to all of the freedom fighters of the nations. So let us see. I just want to have a quick call of. I mean, let me ask you guys to list out some of the freedom fighters that you all know. Just unmute yourselves that and tell the freedom fighters that comes into your mind. Let us see how many of this have their names in our mind. Let me count.
Bhagat Singh, Netaji
Okay,
Subhash Chandra Bose,
great,
Wausi,
great.
I think Gandhiji,
Yes,
uh,
Bharadiyar,
okay,
Bala Gangadhar Tilak,
okay,
Gopala Krishna Gokhale,
nice.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel,
Yeah, the Iron Man of India. And from Darshini and Pratyusha.
I'm not so into social studies.
Okay. Did we tell Subhash Chandra Bose or you missed him? Okay. So we had 9 people.
Potty Shri Ramalu. My mic is in mute, right?
Okay.
Rani
Actually,
Lakshmi
I can
Bai,
say yes. That's what I want to tell. Many girls out here, but we still didn't found any girl freedom fighters names. Okay. So there is a lot of people, thousands of people were fought, and we made this freedom happen. Yes. And this year, 75th, is going to be very special, and the government has planned a lot of activities. You know, they have planned to hoist around 200 million tricolors in this day. And also, they have planned to celebrate as Independence Week from August 11th to August 17th. So, this independence is going to be very special for the whole country, for the whole world, and for the whole people in our country. So, let's make this day and the nation pride. And here I am going to handing over to the important person of our meeting, the general evaluator of today's session, Toastmaster Arukyu.
thank you, Toastmaster Bharat, and thanks for the theme and the opportunity to interact with this wonderful club. All right, so my name is Aroki Meetman, and I am the general evaluator for today, and my role is to ensure that how this club can make themselves better, be it the individual speeches or overall performance of the meeting. So that is my role as a general evaluator today. Let me start with the job. And today is actually the 76th Independence Day, completion of 75 years. It is a 75 years of independence, which is called the 76th Independence Day. So that is the first thing. Let's get started. And with that note, I have a fabulous team to support me. And before I go and call upon my team to explain the roles and responsibilities, a quality or a great speech should be having a quality of words with properly crafted and delivered on time. That speech will always be a impactful speech with anybody in this world. So for that, we have three important parameters. The first thing, as I said, you need to have a deliverable of speech on time. A speech which is going beyond an expected time of patience will kill the speech objective. So for that, we have a person who could gauge the timings and help us to make our speech delivered on time, for which let me call upon the timer. So to introduce this timer, she is a she's a CA student who is new to Toastmasters, but still she is very enthusiastic in taking up any role she is into Toastmasters and bringing in a lot of creativity and out of box thinking. With that note, let me call Toastmaster Shrutika, the timer for today's role, to explain her roles and responsibilities. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrutika.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. A very good evening to everyone, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. My role as a timer is to keep time for all the speakers to ensure everyone speaks within the allotted slot. To help me to do this, I have 3 colored clue cards with me. I will raise the green card when the speaker hits the qualifying time, and I will raise the yellow card when the speaker hits the target time, and I will raise the red card when the speaker reaches the end time of his allotted time. For example, for TT speeches 2 minutes to 3 minutes, I will raise the green card at the 2 minutes and yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds and red card at 3 minutes. And for normal speeches, at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card, and at 6th minute, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 7th minute, I will raise the red card. So here today, we have Pratyusha has the icebreaker speech. The timing for icebreaker speech will be 3 to 4 minutes.
4 to 6.
4 to 6 minutes, sorry. The speaker will be granted a grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the speech. So I will present my report when called upon by the Toastmaster. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Timer Shrutika, for your wonderful introduction of the roles and responsibilities. With that note, a speech should have a proper quality. So quality as well as the craftness. So a speech with more fillers, more breaks in that, more unwanted words will dilute the speech quality. So always ensure that you have a speech that is delivered with a seamless flow. The flow is very, very key to any speech. You could have a wonderful objective, a great content and absolute words, but these fillers will kill your speech, for which we have a person called R Counter who could help you to make yourself better. With that note, let me welcome the R Counter for today, who is an MBA student and loves speaking and taking up leadership roles. She is also the current assistant division director for Division D, and she also had done a training role in recent OTP. With that note, let me welcome Toastmaster Darshini, the R Counter for today's session, to explain our roles and responsibilities. Over to you, Toastmaster Darshini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arokya, for that wonderful introduction. And also, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, good evening and happy Independence Day. So without any further ado, let me explain my role as an R Counter. Usually people just think that the R Counter, what we forget is that we also forget the filler words such as repeated usage of some words. So let me reiterate the complete purpose of an R Counter so that everybody refreshes what actually it is. The purpose of an R Counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used as crutch words by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The words might be inappropriate or interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds like all these sounds are also counted as filler words. And I would also like to give in a small tip so that you can have a flow in your speech. Whenever you feel like it is a little bit overwhelming or nervous, that is when an R Counter occurs. Just take a deep breath and slow down your speech. When you slow down your speech, your brain processes every word you say and there's no filler words. And anytime you feel like taking a sound word as a pause, instead of that, you can just take a deep breath. Everyone in the audience will just come on to attention and listen to you because you're taking a deep breath, meaning you're just preparing yourself to say something very important. So please take this tip and all the best to all the speakers, CT speakers, and over to the general.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini, for explaining your roles and responsibilities so clearly. And next, the quality of words you use. So the words should be appropriate and should make sense of what we are trying to convey to the audience, and for which the grammarian is a key to help you make yourself better. For which we have a person who has been into Toastmaster for last 2 years and loves playing different roles like grammarian, evaluator, apart from others, but she also is a lovable person to read books and writing, and she loves trekking too. Wonderful. With that note, let me welcome Toastmaster Saumini, the grammarian for today's session. Over to you, Toastmaster Saumini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arokya. This is such a tricky role to play with today's theme, though. We spent almost 300 years fighting against the Englishmen, and here I am sitting to play the role of grammarian to find out the good and bad usages in the English language. Let us all agree on the fact that our own beautiful languages have nothing more, there's nothing superior to one another. Although we are here to build on English and become better at it because this language gives us accessibility to a lot of things. So, as a grammarian today, I have three different jobs. One, to find and note down the impeccable and good usages of the English language. Two, to note down the not so good usages and give recommendations on how to rectify them, and also note down the mispronunciations. Apart from that, I must also introduce you to the word of the day. The word of the day is autonomy. Autonomy means freedom from external control or influence. You might have seen certain colleges that have the title, autonomous college. So basically, which are not deemed to, which are not tied to any central university. So autonomy means generally independent, being independent. So in a sentence, the word would sound like this: the courts enjoy a considerable degree of autonomy. Meaning the courts in any country, they are not tied to the government. They have their own, set of governance among the people. The synonyms for this word are independence, sovereignty, and self-rule. So this word actually originates from Greek, where autos means self and nomos means law. So self-law. So that gives birth to the word autonomy. Would anyone like to use this word and give it a try? No. Okay, I would encourage everyone to use this word in your speeches, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Saumini, for that wonderful word of the day. With that, my tag team, before I leave for the Toastmaster of the day to take over, I would say that independence is not freedom from everything, whereas it is a responsibility to make yourself better. So with that note, I would hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bharat. Over to you, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arokya, for giving such a wonderful introduction about your role players. And as the flag has tricolors, and I especially noted that your tag role players has that tricolors, and each one has some individuality. Great work on that. So yes, so we all know that we have been under the British crown for more than 200 years, and the journey has started from 1858, and we finally got our independence on 1947. And if you just think about it for a minute, you can realize that the way we are sitting right now and the way we are freely doing things will just make sense on how they have struggled for us to make us all what we are doing now. Yes. And you know what? A report said that the British has been responsible for 35 million deaths. 35 million people deaths has been responsible for the British. Yes. This is such a horrible number which we can't even imagine. So from till 1947 alone, that much of death has occurred. Assume that if they have continuing conquering us, there will be a lot more would have happened. Can't even imagine. I hope you guys get my point. So we all know, and even some people might be arguing that who is the reason for getting us the freedom. Some people saying that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who tried to get the freedom in the way of violation and in the way of army forces. And rather than that, Gandhiji preferred the way of ahimsa. So always there will be a debatable topic between both of these. But we all need to consider one thing, that it is not about violence or about the ahimsa who give us the freedom. It is that the unity which made the British to get out of our place, and that is what brings the victory. I I believe in that way. You know, when the British was when they are conquering us, we have a lot of sufferings, like they have exploited our fraternity, exploited our lands, and child marriage has occurred, and even unemployment. This made a huge role in their era. So people struggled a lot, and you know we started to make a lot of movements to make them out of a country, but most of them has gone in vain. So even after a lot of struggles, we made it just because we didn't give up. So we will continue about this later. And before that, we have a great speaker who's going to narrate a beautiful speech. So she is one of the enthusiastic speaker in our club, and I hope you all guessed it. She's going to be Toastmaster Pratyusha. So before calling Toastmaster Pratyusha, I would like to call Toastmaster Pratyusha's evaluator, Toastmaster Dashni. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of today, Toastmaster Bharat. Today, Toastmaster Pratyusha will be delivering her very first speech, and she hasn't chosen her pathway. So let's give her some time to settle on the pathway. However, today she will be giving her icebreaker. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speeches. In this speech, I shall be evaluating on the basic parameters. However, Toastmaster Pratyusha, you shall not worry about anything and go ahead and give a speech that makes you happy, makes you feel comfortable, and give out everything you have. So all the best, Toastmaster Pratyusha. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Dashni, for giving your introduction about the speaker. So Toastmaster Pratyusha, can we do a quick audio and video check?
Yes, am I visible and clearly audible?
Yes, you are clearly visible and audible.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. So Toastmaster Pratyusha, realization, Toastmaster Pratyusha. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. When was the time you all wondered if you have achieved anything in life? Well, today was the day for me where I started wondering, what have I achieved? So let's talk more about my achievements in life as we continue. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, and happy Independence Day. Today, I will be giving my icebreaker speech, which is a chance for me to introduce myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Pratyusha, and like all of you, I am a person made up from my past experiences. And I'm here today because I am hopeful that this particular experience would make me a better person tomorrow. I'll start off by sharing my childhood story that showcases the pivotal events describing a time that illustrate what kind of a person I was growing up. Most people experiences a character defined from the moments that they have gone through a major rejection or a failure and the efforts that didn't fulfill their needs. So, as I was brainstorming today, going through all the memories and drawing a timeline of my life, thinking of all the moments in my life, I was stumped. I couldn't think of a moment that I really stood out or nothing that really describes what I am or nothing that really made interested that I wanted to put it in this meeting and get an reaction from you all. I was like, why can't I think of anything particular special to share? I definitely must have made many mistakes in my life and have learned so many things. But why is that I can't get anything that I wanted to put in this speech? After asking myself this question, that is when I realized what my biggest disappointment was, and is that of today. The truth is, I never really passionately pursued anything wholeheartedly before. I never really cared of being standing out in a group or challenged myself for working hard in an exceptionally thing to stand out for myself, which I'm not very proud of telling you this. But growing up with an immigrant parents from a rural area, I was always reminded how privileged I was to get into all the prime schools, how my life would be easy in comparison to all my cousins. If I just pass the classes and finish the college degree and get a job, and then boom, that's it. The rest of the life is figured out. I don't know how much I believed it when they were telling me, but I somehow must have interpreted the literal meaning of it. For most of my life, I was just waiting for that one perfect moment, one day in the far future. After completing all the prerequisites of getting good grades in class and then going to a college, getting a job, and then thinking that my future is figured out, and then automatically one day I'll be magically having a ton of meaningful relationships, living a happy life, and then being a role model to somebody that wanted to live my life. But here I am, exactly not knowing what to figure out. And if you haven't figured it out, that is not exactly how life goes, right? Or at least that is not how it is going for me. Fast forward to today. I'm going to get a college degree soon and landing in my first job in the field that I wanted. I'm now facing a lot of challenges, both professionally and personally, which I don't know and haven't figured out how to deal with those. And there are a lot of shortcomings, which I'll be listing a few because why not? I have noticed that I sometimes lack social skills. When trying to build a relationship with a different set of people, since I didn't care about much the growing up, I'm difficult in that. I face difficulty in that. I never really did things for pure joy. I did things only because the deadline was approaching, or either I was expected to do that. So, which is why I'm now having a hard time enjoying my life. So, giving my current role in the field I have chosen to work on is a very competitive field, which expects a very fast moving. And here, just enough, doing just enough is simply not enough for so many reasons. And who am I kidding? There's no way that I can list all the shortcomings within the short time given to me. So let's just say that I'm not the person that I wanted to be, but that is what leads me to here, to what I am now and why I am here. I might be little bit late in blooming and realizing what I lack focus on, and that I ignored so many important building blocks into developing into a well-balanced person. But tell me, it is never too late to work on the things, right? Don't you all agree with me? Yes. So I wanted to be better at communication skills, and then I wanted to be a initiator. I want to have more self-discipline. I want to overcome all the challenges and see myself grow from them. I want to make myself focused and persistent. And then I also wanted myself to have more, because just enough is not enough for anything, right? So I never wanted to settle for less than the best I can be. I just want to be proud of the life I'm living, giving it my best shot and enjoying every second of ups and downs, treating it as the same. Having all the things I wanted, it's a big list. I agree with you. So I decided I wanted to give a shot high. And as long as I know I'm giving it my all, and then I've decided to give it all and then grow constantly in it to make myself pretty happy. So, with that, I will end by a quote written by Avinash Celeste, which says, "There is no set of moments in your life that will define you. Every moment is a chance or a change for your is a change that um, change your life for better or worse." I will repeat the quote. There is no set of moments in your life that will define you. Every moment is a chance to change your life for better or worse. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Pratyusha, for giving such a wonderful speech. We all loved your speech. Thank you for that. And now let us have a 1 minute of silence, and you can send your feedback to Pratyusha personally or through the chat box provided. And timer, please let me know when the 1 minute is over.
Your 1 minute is over.
Thank you, timer. So here we are. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom of making mistakes. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom of making mistakes. I hope you all agree with that because it is said by Mahatma Gandhi ji. So, I would like to tell some information about Kohinoor Diamond. Well, how many of you know that? Kohinoor Diamond? Just raise your hands. Great. Okay. So here I would like to see some information about it. So Kohinoor Diamond is one of the costliest and the priceless diamond around the world. You know, it costs, it is capable of 109 carats, which weighs 21.6 grams. And when I was studying that, my sir told, so with the price of Kohinoor diamond, we can just pay the entire debt of India. So it was said when I'm studying in a school, in my school days, I don't know about the debt detail of India now, so it might not be possible right now. So in 1858, it was handed over to the Queen Victoria, and still it is in the hands of British Crown, and now it is possessed by what is that? Queen Elizabeth II. Yes, and you know our Prime Minister, our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said that after our independence, 1 decade after our independence, he said that the brightest jewel in the British crown was from the poorest country in the world. So I hope you know this. The brightest jewel from the British crown is from the poorest country. of the world. So Manmohan Singh has said poorest country in terms of the capita income on the beginning of the 20th century. But India is a place filled with fraternity of a lot of jewels. And he mentioned it in terms of capita income. So we have noted that. And you know, still we are fighting for that jewel, but we cannot get it because it is owned by them and it will be with them forever. Yes. And you know, uh, we are going to have a very important segment next. Well, I hope you all guessed it. Is it going to be table topic masters? Not really. Yes, we have something special today. So to make this independence more, I mean, more memorable, I wanted to make you guys to recollect some of the happenings happened in our nation. Yes, I'm going to conduct a quiz in which is going to be split into teams, and we can decide the winners by the points they get. Yes. So for that, I need 4 volunteers. So we can have 2 people for team A and 2 people for team B. So don't worry, the questions are going to be not that hard. So let's make it fun. Okay. So Toastmasters found the first volunteer. So I'll put her name in team A, first volunteer. Okay.
Come on, guys. Darshini, Pratisha, Shrutika. We're just 4 people here.
Yeah, we have options.
I'm just so
we have
low
4
on
options.
general knowledge when it comes to independence and Indian independence, but please don't call me for this. I mean, I'm in for the
Yeah.
quiz, but if the question's too depth with socials, I'm not up for it.
Oh, when
Then
you
I'll
have
take
very,
Pratisha in my group.
when you have
See,
very
so many
low
smart
general
decisions.
knowledge. So when you have very less general knowledge, even the easiest question is difficult. That is why we are not clearly volunteering.
Come
Yeah,
on, guys.
I was like, I switched off the camera symbolically telling you guys that I'm not up for it.
No, it is like when the teacher is looking for people to call.
Yeah,
they
no
don't
eye contact.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry.
If you-
Even I have Googled
I'll
and
also
searched the
join.
question. We have options. We have 4 options. You can decide on it. And if you don't
Oh,
know
can
that,
we do Inky Pinky
question
Punky
will be
then?
passed.
If that is the case, I am in.
Yeah, if you are not
I'll also
answering or
join.
if you say you don't know that question, we can pass it to the other team. Okay. So there will be no
Okay.
negative points. Okay. So you can be bold and come on.
Oh, had you told that we are having negative points, I would have like logged out of Zoom right away.
Yeah, I'm saying it in general.
Yeah, good for us.
Okay, so who is the second volunteer for team A?
I'll go. At least I should be in the winning team, right?
Toastmaster Arokya, would you like to join my team? You knew a lot of, freedom fighters in the beginning, so I can count on you.
Yeah, I think we can have Shrutika as well. She gives a lot of entrances, so I think she should be on the stronger note.
Oh, yeah, Shrutika. Come on, guys,
Yeah.
team A.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'll join.
sorry, but Shrutika can't able to join. Actually, I got some of her help for making the question.
Wow, Bharat.
Question paper is leaked.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't understand. There are only 4 students in the
No,
class and you
he
leaked
shouldn't
one.
ask to volunteer when the question paper is leaked and only people are left here.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
there are
you
like
can
4
volunteer for.
people left and 2 dumb kids in that.
So you have the option to volunteer for which team you want to be.
Yeah.
Good. So, Darshini, don't conclude that it's just 2. So it could be 3 also. So let's start decide on. I think Soumini is the only studious person over here. So
Yeah.
we will just divide the 4 into 2 each. So probably we can. I think Soumini chose Pratiksha, right? Okay. So myself and Darshini, one other team. We'll go.
Yeah, that's great.
So many. Let's see now. Okay.
So we got the teams ready. Team A, Toastmaster Saumini and Toastmaster Pratyusha, and Team B, Toastmaster Aroki Mithan and Toastmaster Dashni. Thank you for coming up. So firstly, let me read out the rules of the game. So we have 2 teams, Team A and Team B. So I'll be asking you the question, and the question will have 4 options. So firstly, I'll be calling Team A for a question. So what to say? Both uh, both the team people. I mean, one team has 2 people, right? So both of you should not tell the answers. Any one of you can coordinate and tell the answers because you both people might be telling the different answers, right? So you both have to coordinate and tell an answer, and there will be not more time for you to guess. Okay, because some people might be taking it as an advantage for googling it. So for this, I must. The first rule is that nobody should turn off your cameras, which will make you
One
guys.
is already turned off there.
Okay. Well, I haven't revealed the questions, so all of you please turn on your cameras first. So the opponent team has an advantage of telling that if your opponent guys are switching off their camera, you can inform me and I can put a negative point for them. Okay. So yes. So when I'm asking a direct question to a team, so if they have given the correct answer, they will be getting 2 points for that. And if they will be given only one option for telling the answer, if they reveal the wrong answer, that question will be passed to team B. And if team B answered a correct option, they will get 1 point, not 2 points. So if they are answering for a direct question, it will be 2 points. If they are answering for the past question, they will be getting 1 point. Okay. So there will be no negative points for the answers that you're going to do. Negative points will be only for switching off the cameras. Great. So let's get in. Well, so I forgot to tell the timing. So Shrutika will be helping out in telling the timing. So there will be 15 seconds will be given for you to guess the answers. Is that enough, or shall I increase the timing? 15 seconds.
That should be okay.
Yeah, great. So you will have options so you can find it out. So let me share my screen first. So can someone make me host?
I've done it, Bharat.
Yeah, thank you. So the first question is going to be with team A. Yes,
It's
I hope this one.
Draupadi Murmu.
Okay, so team A has answered the question correct, so they'll be getting 2 points. So now The question is going to be for Team B. So Team B, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Cameras off.
Oh my
Yes.
camera's on. Like, can you guys see? Because I literally live in a jungle and I don't know if my video is like visible for you guys.
Okay. So Shrutika, once I reveal the question, you just note the timing. It will be 15 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So the question for Team B. Who was the Governor General of India after independence?
Lord Mountbatten.
Lord Mountbatten. Is it
Batten.
going to be a correct answer? Let's see. Yes, it is. It's a correct answer. And Team B also has scored 2 points. Yes, I hope both the teams are looking good here. And now, let's move on to the third question. The second question for Team A. Who was known as the father of revolutionary thoughts?
Bipin Chandrapal.
Bipin Chandrapal. So option B, it's a wrong
Yes.
answer. And now the question is passed to Team B.
Dadabhai Nauroji.
Dadabhai Nauroji. And it's the correct answer.
Actually, I
Team
too
B
thought
has
it was
scored.
B.
Okay. So now Team B has got 1 point for this. So now Team B is the leading. So great work for both the teams. And now shall we move on to the next question? So this question is for Team B because they have answered the past questions. So now the turn is for Team B. In which year did Mahatma Gandhi lead Dundee March?
Wonderful question.
29, if I'm not wrong. 1929.
Is it Darshini? Okay.
Yeah,
so
this is Darshini. I
Okay.
think 1929.
I'll go with it. 1929.
1929.
Yes.
It's a wrong answer. And the question is passed to Team A.
1931.
Hey, 1920. No.
She Googled. I saw the tab switch. I heard the mouse clicks and everything.
Here I was thinking it was 1919 and that's not even in the option.
Okay. So what was your option? So what was your option?
1930.
1930, but previously you said another option, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
two
yeah.
options were said. So this is disqualified.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So both the teams will not be having points for this question. So the correct answer is 1930, option B. Okay. So now the question is for Team A, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the fifth question. Who is known as the Iron Man of India? I
This
think they
is
have
for
got a
Team
very
A,
simple
right?
question.
Sardar
Yeah.
Vallabhai Patel. Thank you, Bharat, for telling it in the introduction.
Oh my god. Okay.
But I
So
knew
Team
it.
A scored. Yeah. So Team A scored 2 points of it. So as of now, the points of Team A is 4 and the points of Team B is 3. Okay. So let's move on to Team B. Which one of the following is the correct full name of B.R. Ambedkar?
Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar.
So option
C.
C. Yes, that's the correct answer.
I think the team B's questions are a bit more tougher.
Yeah, it comes in a random way. I'm not
Okay.
responsible for that.
Okay.
Okay, so great job for Team B. And now, actually, I have asked both the teams 3 questions. So 6 questions are done. And at the end of 6 questions, Team A has scored 4 points and Team B has scored 5 points. Okay. And now move on to the 7th question, which is for Team A. Who started the political party Swatantra?
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Subhash Chandra Bose. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. And now the question is passed to Team B.
What are those bottom 2 options? I'm not able to see that. It's
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. There is Lala Lajpat Rai.
Just a minute. So Team B has told, Team A has told option, which option
C.
D, right?
Team A told
And
us
team,
D
okay.
and Team B
Now
says C.
And sorry, both of them are wrong answers. So the correct answer is C. Rajagopalachari.
Rajaji.
Okay. Yes. So now the direct question for Team B. The 8th question. What is the motto of the Indian national emblem? Question for Team B.
Satyameva Jayate.
So is it going to be a right answer? Yes, it is. It's a right answer.
But the red card was already displayed.
No.
What
No,
card was displayed?
See, Shrutika is displaying the red timer card.
Timer card.
Timer
Okay.
card.
Okay. Where is that? I was not able to see that card.
Yeah, even I can't see it.
Okay, Shrutika is the last, so okay, fine. I was not able to see that.
Yeah, okay, Shrutika, you just inform once the time limit is over. You can unmute yourself and you can inform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe at 10 seconds, give a hint, so we will at least choose an answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the question is for Team A, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Team A.
Hey,
I
how many
think
questions do we have?
yeah,
I
I will
mean,
just finish
like,
it
dude,
with,
my
I will-
purpose for today's session was 2 roles.
I will just,
And then I'm like jobless in this session.
yeah, okay. I will just finish it with 12 questions
Okay.
and we can count the points and decide the winner. Okay. So let's move on to the 9th question for Team A, the direct question for Team A. Who is the first president of India?
Rajendra Prasad.
Right.
Okay, that's a correct answer. We don't even need to look at the options. So 2 direct points for Team A. And now the points of Team A is 6 and the points of Team B is 7. So the game is getting very close. And now the 5th question for Team B. So Team B, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Which is not the book authored by Jawaharlal Nehru? Option A, B, C, D.
Glimpses of world history.
10 seconds over.
Option C.
Okay. So just a second. Option C is a wrong answer. And the question passed to Team A.
The discovery of India.
The discovery of India is also a wrong answer.
Yeah.
No, put that
So
thing.
the answer is,
So India of my dreams, huh?
sorry. Yeah,
Option D is
India
the
of
right
our
answer.
dreams.
Okay.
Yeah, option D is the right answer.
Now I know A and B are written by Jawaharlal Nehru. I don't know like which way, either C or D. That's where I got confused. Okay.
Okay. So both the teams are not getting points for this question.
So the last two.
Yes.
This is
Actually, the discovery of India is written by Jawaharlal Nehru.
Yes, A
I
and B are
studied
written
this
by
in 10th
Jawaharlal
standard,
Nehru.
yeah. And the story of my experiences with truth is written by Gandhi.
Okay. Good. Go ahead, Bharat.
Bharat, give
Yeah.
us 1 point. You Google it, Bharat, if you want.
Yeah, it is not, which is not the book authored by Jawaharlal Nehru.
Oh my
Which is
God.
not the book author. That's why I said A and B are written by Jawaharlal Nehru.
He wrote
Even
so
C.
many
Yeah,
books.
now. Okay. So now it's direct question for Team A, right?
Yes. The last question.
Yes. So in which year Mahatma Gandhi launched the non-cooperation movement?
1920.
1920. So is it going to be right answer? Yes, it is.
Giving me heart attack, Bharat.
Yes, so Team A has scored 2 points. So now Team A has scored 8 points and Team B has scored 7 points.
Oh.
So this is going to be the decider question. The question for Team B. So Team B, are you ready?
Feeling that heart seek moment.
It is like a super over game. Okay. So the final question. Here it comes.
Ah.
When did the Jallianwala Bagh massacre take place? Shrutika, please note the time.
10 seconds over.
The time is over.
21st
question is-
March 1919. It's 10 seconds over.
Sorry?
It's not completely done.
Yes.
Option B.
15 seconds over.
Option
Yes.
B.
Option B, he told.
Yes. It's B or D, either one.
Shrutika, are you there?
Okay, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay. So the question is passed to Team B.
It's 13th April 1919. I wrote detailed answer and all in 10th public.
Okay. So 13th April 1919. Is it going to be a correct answer?
Even if it is not, we will win.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. It's the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. So, just a minute.
Bharat, can you run us the other questions also for fun?
Yeah, okay.
No, we don't have time, so many. Sorry.
It's okay, it's just one
I
evaluation.
was given
today.
commitment until 6 p.m. today, and I have 2 reports to submit. Don't rub it on my
Yeah.
face, okay?
Yeah, okay. We will do it at the end of the session.
Okay, okay.
So we all know that the team A has won. So congrats to team A. And I found that both the teams have put in a lot of efforts, and till the last minute we can't decide who are the winners. So great job for team B also. So thank you for volunteering. Sorry, not for volunteering. Thank you for joining the game and making it a great success. So here we comes to the end of the game, and now it's time to handing over to the GE. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Probably we could go directly into those reports in the interest of time. Let me call upon the timer, Toastmaster Shrutika, to read out the timing reports. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrutika.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. We just had only one speech, which is Icebreaker Speech of Pratyusha. Pratyusha has completed her speech within 5 minutes, 45 seconds, and she's completely qualified. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, let's understand like how did we do a good flow of speech, for which I'll request Toastmaster Darshini to present our counter report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today, we only had 6 members in our team. However, the flow of the session was amazing. All of the members did great when it came to our counts, especially there was no sound words that was used. So which means that everybody took in the tip that I told in the beginning. So I'm so happy you all did that. And so some of the words that I was able to find was that you guys did use some words like and so in between to fill up the spaces. But that is completely fine because we are much better than where we were in the last meeting. So congratulations, everybody. However, based on the report, when it comes to the category of less than 5 accounts, we have Toastmaster Shrutika, Toastmaster Saumini, Toastmaster Bharat, Toastmaster Arokya, and Toastmaster Darshini. However, today, Toastmaster Pratyusha, being the first time giving Icebreaker, she did not have any accounts throughout her speech. So congratulations to Toastmaster Pratyusha. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini, and for the quality of language. And how did we do on the quality? Let us see and hear it from Toastmaster Saumini as a grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Saumini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bharat, used this quote by Dr. Manmohan Singh that said, "The brightest jewel in the British crown is from the poorest country in the world." And as he mentioned, by calling India poor, Manmohan Singh mentioned the per capita income of this country. So I think this quote stood out for me in Bharat's script. And our speaker of the day, Toastmaster Pratyusha, used quite many words like showcase, which means to portray, brainstorm means to discuss and produce ideas, and prerequisite, which means a required prior condition to do something. And then she used this quotation by an author or famous personality that said, "There is no set of moments in your life that will define you. Every moment in your life is a chance to change for better or for worse." Then I usually, gather up the recommendations, the mistakes that we've made, and then group it and give the improvements. Usually the list comes up to 10 or more than 10. But great job, everybody. We've just stood at 3 today. So I saw that in a place the words lot were used, which is like literally the translation from our mother tongues, like konjam konjam. So when we do that, we do not translate the entire thing in English and say lot. We can instead use the phrase quite so many. And then the word unity was mispronounced as unity. So please make sure, see that it is unity. And yeah, in a sentence, it was said that the British were. Actually, the British have to be considered as a singular noun, and so the verb has to be plural. So it is the British were, not the British was. So a little, a food for thought regarding this unity thing. So when you're having a short words that has two vowels in them, for example, in unity you have the vowel u in the beginning, and then you have I later following the u. So when there are two vowels walking, it is always the first one that does the talking. Please remember this. So it is basically when there are two vowels in a word, the first vowel has to be pronounced however we pronounce them in the alphabets. In alphabets, U is pronounced as U, right? So in unity, we say it as U. And then unity. For example, we have the word dome, D-O-M-E. So can anyone say that how O is pronounced in the alphabets? Yeah, O. So even in that word, it is pronounced as dome, om. So if it did not have the E at the end, the word dome will be pronounced as dom. So this is the trick that we usually have. So this was told to me by my chemistry teacher in the first sem. So I think we can use this little trick to make sure we have the right pronunciation of words. So over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Grammarian, for that wonderful session and explanation. And moving on to my report, let me start with the TMOD, who had a great thought and had shared with informations which were related to independence all through the session today, and the journey of independence over years in a very interesting way sprinkled across the session, which was really interesting and engaging. And the TAC team really did a great job in explaining their roles as well as in providing a report which could definitely be considered to improve every individual to the next level. And the prepared speech by Toastmaster Shrutika was it was great, and her wonderful life journey in the way she explained and portrayed was really amazing. A fabulous start to her Toastmasters journey, and looking forward for many more speeches of her. I felt like it was never looking like a first-time speaker. And the quiz by Bharat was engaging as well as very, very interesting. And I think a couple of suggestions would be like the meeting started 11 minutes late, as well as I think we are going beyond the stipulated time. Time is very crucial, just not for the speeches, but also for the meetings. Ensure you start and end the meetings on time. And when you try to hand over someone, please try to have at least one-liner introduction about the other person, which makes them feel good and take a handover from you. Otherwise, I think it was another wonderful session and looking forward for many more. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Sorry to interrupt. I think we missed the evaluation of Toastmaster Pratyusha.
Yes. Okay. So I think Darshini, you need to take over.
Yeah. Thank you. No problem. Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, congratulations, Toastmaster Pratyusha, on successfully completing this icebreaker speech. However, I did not feel like this was actually an icebreaker speech. The speech was complete. She had everything in order. And at times I was even questioning myself, is this an icebreaker speech or a TED talk? Because I actually used all the motivation in her speech. The minute I came into the meeting, I had zero motivation, zero energy, and everything she spoke to me was like speaking to me directly. So that was a comment on the content. However, I shouldn't have commented on the content, but that's a positive note. So let's all take it. And it actually takes a lot of courage to accept and state all the shortcomings. So you had so much of courage in your speech throughout the speech. And you were like, yes, this is the truth, and all of you should accept. So that was a great way. Coming to the evaluations, you started off with a question. You're already a pro. Only pro people start their speech with a question, and they tie it back and give it a full circle moment. You did that already. So congratulations on that. And for a first timer, your meaningful pauses were excellent, on point. And the clarity of the speech, you took your own time. So everybody in the audience understood every single word that you told, even if they had some internet lag. To be very honest, I did have some internet lag, but I did not miss out any word. There was no overlap. She took her time, pauses. To be very honest, I was also the R counter for this meeting. So I was also side by side taking R counts. And to be very honest, she did not have any R counts. So for a first timer, it is a fantastic job. And to coming to the recommendation, there was only one recommendation that I found, which is to position your camera where at least it is visible until your elbows, so that we know that we can see your hand gestures and your body language. How it felt was like this is this much we were able to see, but we would love to see your body language, hand gestures. It also makes a lot of impact. So that is one recommendation from my side. To summarize, your speech was complete, had perfect introduction, body, conclusion, had so many positive notes, and you ended with a quote. So great job. That's just the one recommendation that you should work on. Over to you, Toastmaster of the week.
Thank you, Darshini, for that wonderful evaluation. I'm sure it would be a great for the speaker to take it forward to the next level. With that note, again, I hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Yes. Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving such a wonderful report as well as a detailed report for everyone of us to make us understand what our mistakes and to understand what are the good things we have done. Thanks for that. So here we are, reached the end of the session. So actually, there will be always two sides of every story. See, so far we have all seen that what are the negative things that has happened because the British has grown us. There are some positive things that has happened in our country because of the British. So let me go into tell some of those. So the first thing is that improvement in railways. So we all know that railways is introduced only by the British. However, they have introduced it for transporting the fraternity of a country. But we all know that importance of the railways transportation now. So this is one of the greatest advantages that British has done for us. And the second thing is that the introduction of Western sciences and the technologies. So this is one of the things that help a country to move forward to the next level. So this is the second thing. And moving on to the third thing, that is improved farming methods. So India is known for a farming country for many, many years. And after British comes, there will be some improvements in the farming methods have happened. So we have to be thankful for that for the British empires. And finally, most important thing is that introducing the language called English. Yes, because we all know that English is found to be the international language around the world. So if British didn't grown our country, and we might not be aware of it. So they are saying that they have introduced this language to us to make the administration well. So we all know that the importance of English. So, and that's why we are here as a Toastmasters, and we are especially here to improve our English communication skills too. So these are some of the positive sides that we have look on the British crown. So we have to be thankful for that. So at this independence stage, so we all should keep one thing in mind. You know, people might come, they will clone us, and they will invade us. What is that one thing that make us unique and make us win always is that, as you said, the unity. So this is what makes us all to win every time. So for example, we known for lot of movements and struggles. And recently we won for Jallikattu and then Sterlite. We all just, we are the youngsters, and as Abdul Kalam said, we are the pillars of the nation, and we have to dream. So dream well, and the dream has to make you awake, not to sleep. So keep that in mind. And at the Independence Day, I just want to make you guys repeat a pledge, just two-liner. So all of you just unmute yourself and switch on your camera and keep your hands like this. Okay. So Shrutika, you haven't unmuted yourself. I think your mic is still mute.
Shrutika, your mic is muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're on.
Yeah. So let's go. On this Independence Day,
On this
On
Independence
this
Day,
Independence Day,
let's take a pledge
let's
let's
take a
take a
pledge
pledge
to protect
to protect
protect
the peace
the
the
peace
and
and
unity
unity
of our great nation.
of our great nation.
great nation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So wishing you all a happy Independence Day and hope you all learn something out of this session. And over to the president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. I'd like to, mention Toastmaster Bharat. I wanted to have special mention for you at the end of a PO address because, we had, less than 10-hour back out and you put on a wonderful session with so much of content and that, quiz session instead of a TT. Which had more engagement that, rather than a TT session if you had that. So great job on that, Bharat. You were not less of, short of any content. You had so much, and this was a full-fledged session and did not look like anything small of a wonderful, a full-packed, all ready session. And congratulations, Pratyusha, for completing your icebreaker. And this is, the first step is always the toughest, and from there it gets a lot more easier. So yeah. So with that, let me wind up VTC 111 and adjourn this meeting.
Yes. So thank you, everyone. I would like to just a minute. I would like to specially thank the Toastmaster Dashini for taking up 2 roles, and then I would like to specially thank Toastmaster Kritika for coming in and helping me out in all the ways possible. So firstly, she made a poster and suddenly Sadhana has backed out.